Happy morning, children. Today we are going to learn Python programming. I have already told you about what is a program. A program is a set of instructions given to the computer to do a particular task. That is, if you want to do any calculation, you will have to write a program. Now, to write a program, we need a language. Say, for example, if we want to communicate, we need a language. Suppose I want to talk to you, I use English, either English or Tamil. Likewise, to communicate with computer, we need a language. So, now in 11th standard, we are going to learn this Python programming language. In this language, we are going to learn statements, how to give instructions to the computer, and using those instructions, we are going to write a program. Now, come on, let us see how to write a Python program. Before going into the Python programming, we have to learn some of the important terms. First of all, you should know what is IDLE. IDLE means Integrated Development Learning Environment. That is, in Python programming, while doing it, we need a platform. That is, to write a program, we need a platform. So, IDLE is a program that allows us to edit, run, browse, and debug a Python program from a single interface. Don't worry about what is IDLE and don't go depth into it. Let us see afterwards. Just you know what is IDLE. Now, while doing program in Python, we have two screens. You can view here two screens. First one is interactive mode. Now, you can see here three greater than symbols. There only we are going to type in the program. See, this is called interactive mode. What is interactive mode? Once you type in the program, immediately you will be getting the answer. Then and there you will be getting the answer. Suppose you want to do any mathematical calculations, if you write a program or give instructions, immediately you will be getting the answer. That is called, this is the interactive mode. Another screen is script mode. That is, script mode is you have to store the program. That is, you have to write the program, save it, and afterwards you can run the program and see the result. This is called the script mode. So, both comprise of the IDLE. Python shell. Actually, we saw about interactive mode, that is also called Python shell. So, Python shell is an interactive window where you can type in the Python code and see the output in the same window. This is what I explained you before, isn't it? So, it can be considered as an interface between Python commands and the operating system. See, operating system and all you will learn in theory classes. So, as of now, you don't worry about what is operating system and all. Now, let me explain you an example of writing a command or instruction. See, can you see this Python shell? Yeah, I told you what is Python shell. This is an interactive mode. See, there is a command prompt, there you will have to type the statement. Say, for example, I want to print a word or a sentence or group of words. Say, for example, I just want to print hello class. So, in this command prompt, you will have to type print within brackets hello class. The word should be printed. Those words, that is, we call words as strings in computer language. That is string. You just note down the word string. String is a collection of characters, that is group of characters. See, for example, hello class is a collection of characters. What is a character? Each and every letter, alphabet or number or any special character can be considered as a character. So, a group of characters is called a string. Now, I want to print a string. For that, we have to write print within brackets whatever words we want to print, you can give within quotations. See here the output is immediately received. That is the word hello class is immediately printed. Okay. In the next statement you can see print 3 into 5. That is you can see star symbol there. So in computer language for multiplication you have to use the symbol star. Suppose you want to calculate the product of 3 into 5. So print 3 into 5. You have written print 3 into 5. So immediately the answer is got 15. Like this you can print as many statements as you want in the command prompt. See, for example, we are given some more examples here. Print hello world. So immediately the word hello world is printed. Likewise print welcome to Python programming, that is also getting printed. But those strings you just note down. Notice welcome to Python programmers given within double quotations. So any string should be given within double quotations. So as such it will be printed. Suppose you want to print a number. If you want to print a number, you can directly give print within brackets whatever number you want, you can print. So print of 10. So answer is got. 10 is printed. Likewise print of 20. So 20 is printed. So print is actually Python is a case sensitive language. What is case sensitivity? Actually, for example, for print statement you will have to use small p here. If you use capital P, it doesn't recognize because it treats small letter and capital letter differently. So you will have to use whatever letter you will have to use in the command, that only should be used. So see here, print using small p is a valid command. If you type in capital P, is not a command, valid command. So it doesn't recognize. That is why Python is considered to be a case sensitive language. Now we can see some more examples over here. See, instead of giving print command, see one more example I have given, print of 10 plus 55. There directly you can give the expression within print statement. So answer is got. 65 was the answer. Even without giving print statement, you can directly type in the expression 8 plus 5. So you will be receiving the answer as 13. And even some more complicated expressions also you can give within print statement. See here, print of 20/4 star 5 plus 8 minus 10. So what happens? It will be simplified, that is it will be calculated and you will get the result. Okay, you can take more examples and you can type in. If you have a computer, you can try it out with some more examples. Now, if you want to repeat a command in IDLE, that is IDLE means that programming interface. In IDLE, you can press Alt P in order to save time and typing effort. That you have to press Alt P, that is Alt key will be there in the keyboard. Along with that, you will have to press P. So the command will be repeated. So as of now, once again I am telling you, you need not worry about it. While doing practically, you can come to know how to use it. Now, for any statement, you will have to know how to give the statement, how to use the statement. I have explained you simply, print of within brackets, you can give words, you can give expression or you can give any numbers. But there is a syntax of print function. See what is a syntax. Now, we are all learning a language, isn't it? Now, let me give an example. If you want to learn a language, for example, if you want to learn English, you should know grammar first, isn't it? So, using a particular grammatical rule only, you can use the language. Suppose if you go wrong with the grammar, then other persons cannot understand your communication. Likewise, in computer also, for each and every statement, we have got a grammar, that is grammatical rule, that is called the syntax. Syntax is the grammatical rule, or you can say the general format of using print function. That is, print function should be used like this only. If you deviate from this rule, then the computer doesn't understand. That is, Python programming software doesn't understand your statement. So you will have to follow the rule. Say here syntax. How to use the print statement? It is given here. See, print of within brackets value 1, comma value 2, comma etc. value n, comma SEP, that is SEP is equal to single quotation, end is equal to backslash n. Now, value 1, value 2, value 3, etc. See, what is the meaning of it? You can give as number as possible, and also it can be any expression, or it can be a string, or it can be numbers. So, whatever numbers, expression, strings we want to give, you can give. Now, comma SEP is equal to single quotation. What is SEP? See here, SEP is any character that is inserted between these two values. That is, for example, I want to print 10, 20, 30. See, for example, in the second statement, print 10, 20, 30, SEP is equal to comma. That is, within double quotations, I have given comma. So, what is the output over here? Between 10, 20, 30, comma is printed. So, for example, in the third statement, you can see 10, 20, 30, SEP is equal to backslash T. That's called backslash T. Backslash T means it's a tab. That is, in computer keyboard, you would have noticed tab. That is, if you press tab key, 5 spaces will be left. So, in between these two values, these three values, 10, 20, 30, 5 spaces will be left over. So, that is why you have used backslash T. So, in the next example, print 10, 20, 30, SEP is equal to within double quotation star. So, that is in between 10, 20, 30, star is printed. So, separator, SEP means separator. That is, I want to print any character in between these values. I can give any character within double quotations. Suppose, if I don't give any character like this without using SEP, SEP is optional only. If you want, you can use, otherwise you can leave it. See, in the first statement, we have not used SEP. See here, print 10, 20, 30. So, what's the output? The same, 10, 20, 30. But you can notice there is no character in between these values. So, if you don't give any SEP character, by default, it will take space. That is what here in the syntax it is mentioned. Default space, see, SEP is equal to, within quotation, you can give any character, or string inserted between values. Default space means default, by default means if you don't mention anything, that itself takes. So, that is a space. So, if you don't give SEP is equal to anything, it will automatically take space as a separating character. Next, end is equal to backslash n. What is the meaning of backslash n? It's a new line character. Suppose, if you give end is equal to backslash n, what happens? For each and every print statement, it will take a new line, another line. So, for the next print statement, whatever values you give, it will print in the next line. So, end means string appended after the last value. Suppose if you don't give any end, see, once again you see we have not given end is equal to backslash n or something. So, what happens? By default, it will go to the next line. But in the last statement, that is in the fourth example, fourth statement, we have mentioned, you can see, print 10, 20, 30, SEP is equal to star, end is equal to, within double quotations, we have given exclamatory symbol. So, what happens? After all the values are printed, last end line character is double exclamatory symbol. So, whatever you give, it will be printed at the end of the line. This is what the syntax of the print statement. So, once again, you can note down the syntax of print statement. Let me repeat. Syntax means it's a general format, that is grammatical rule. You will have to follow the same syntax for the print statement, right? So, when we write a program with more examples, you will come to know how to use a print statement. Okay.